Welcome, gentlemen, to Minnesota. I'll start with you. If you wouldn't mind, could you tell us a little bit about your game and a little bit about the season you're having this year, kind of the leap that we've seen in your game?
Thank you. Nice to meet you also. If I had to explain my game, I would say someone who competes on both ends of the court, get out in transition, use my speed, push the pace, get guys involved. Very efficient. I take pride on that, being efficient, being an efficient basketball player, getting to the line, making my open shots, being aggressive, always being aggressive at every mark of the game and trying to just leave my imprints on the game. That's what I would say.
And Julian, I'll ask you the same question.
Yeah, for me, just try to do the little things out there, go in the game and kind of see what the game needs and try to fit my way into it that way. Try to be versatile on both ends, defense, kind of switching matchups, guarding different positions. Offensively, just, playing in space, knocking down shots when I'm open, and trying to do those type of things.
And I would be curious to hear your thoughts from both of you on the opportunity to play with your newest teammate, Anthony Edwards, and maybe just a little bit about what you have thought about his game as going up against him and now being his teammate.
Yeah, I'm excited. Just my whole life, every time I play with better players. Him being a All NBA talent, and taking the T-Wolves to where he took him these last couple seasons. My game has always elevated, so I'm excited to just be there because he's a competitor, I'm a competitor, and I know that that's going to rub off on each other for the positives. So I'm excited. Just know his game. I know him as being a competitor, being a fierce competitor, and I never shine away from the moment. Always going 110%. And if you love basketball, that's something that you always want to see. Yeah.
Kind of similar to him. You see kind of the impact he has on the game, and as a player, as a basketball player, you want to play with other good players as well. So playing with a guy his caliber, I think that just brings the best out of everybody else. He's a competitor, so it's going to rise the talent level of the team. So we're definitely excited for it.
You guys, John Krasinski from The Athletic here. Just wanted to see if you both could just take us through the process of the trade the day of, like what the emotions were like, how you found out about it, and what you thought about moving from Chicago here to Minnesota.
Yeah, definitely. So for both of us, well, I can speak for myself. We were in Toronto. We were heading to shoot around, and I was listening to music. I'm listening to music. My phone on game days, my phone normally on do not disturb. My phone's on D&D, so no call got through. I'm going to shoot around. I had just talked to my agent the night before. I pretty much told him, let me know before I go to sleep tonight if anything going on. He was like, I don't hear anything. I'm like, all right, bet, I'm going to hit you in the morning. So I was planning on calling him right after shoot around. And then I talked to my previous coach, Coach Donovan. He said, are you playing today? And I was like, I'm not sure yet. And then probably 3 minutes later, my phone was blowing up. My girl had called me, and she never calls me on game day, so I knew it was something. And then, she called me, and then I could just tell from then the news had broke around the bus. So, I just embraced the moment. I answered the phone. Then my dad called me, my agent called me, and then it was out there. So, yeah.
Yeah, kind of similar story. Probably was a few seats back from him. I was drinking my breakfast smoothie I just got on the way to shoot around. I guess the news had broke a little bit on the internet. I had a teammate kind of show me something that was sitting next to me. Then probably a few seconds after that, my agent called me. He told the news to me. I got another call from the GM. He kind of explained it to me as well. And then I kind of just went from there after shoot around. We just, got to hug the guys that were still there with us. Then we headed back to the hotel.
Ayo, you're a Chicago guy through and through. Been there, your whole life pretty much. What's your emotions leaving that city and that organization, and then what do you feel like how you fit in here with the Timberwolves?
Definitely. So me being from Chicago, of course, I wanted to make sure I embraced all of my feelings. I didn't want to bottle up anything. I think when you do that, that's not the right way to go about things. So right away, I was just in a room. Got my journal down. I was just writing how I was feeling, embracing that. And then as hours went on, I was able to, understand it and be like, yes, this is a great opportunity for me. I'm excited to be here with the Timberwolves, playoff team, a lot of great guys on the team, great coaching staff, great management, and I'm just excited to help, get over that hump, whatever it takes to help win and embrace winning. Chicago, I had a great time there. I learned a lot there. It was great. Of course, I went to Illinois also, so I pretty much was there my whole career, basketball career. So I'm excited to step away from that and really tap into some more of my full potential, and I think I have a great opportunity here with the T-Wolves. I'm very ecstatic for the opportunity, and I can't wait to get the ball rolling.
Chris Hine from the Minnesota Star-Tribune. For both of you, we'll start with Ayo. How do you kind of just from afar, watching the Wolves play, what you see in them playing against them this year, how do you see your game just kind of meshing with this team and kind of how you see your role going forward?
Yeah, just pretty much just playing my game. I think that's the best way that I can be is just be myself. I think that's the main thing I'm going to try to continue to do is just play my game. I think I play the game the right way. I'm pretty efficient, and I think that'll help me, and I think that'll help the team overall. Going out there, pushing the pace. I can rebound. I can push it. I can outlet. Also being elite on the defensive end, pick up point, just doing things like that, making open shots, getting downhill, putting pressure on the rim, creating open shots for my teammates. That's what I'm gonna focus on.
Yeah, I think watching it, a really hard-nosed team that plays the game the right way. I think for me, just doing what I'm able to do with being able to pressure the ball on defense, bringing like my versatility on both ends, and just doing things the right way, trying to go about it the right way. I think it'll mesh real well.
Ayo, you said like becoming the best version of yourself or reaching your potential. What do you think that looks like for you?
Oh, definitely. I think it looks like me being a even better defender. I think I can start off there. I think I showcased it some in Chicago, but I don't think I showcased my full potential. I think I have definitely a lot more potential to be there and really becoming an elite two-way player, two-way guard in this league. That's my goal. And, of course, it's going to be a blessing playing with the great defenders on this team. I think pretty much everybody on this team is pretty solid at the end. They try. Got two, if I'm not mistaken, two all defensive players on this team, and McDaniels and Rudy. So playing with those guys, that I think that's going to help elevate me, and I'm excited. I'm excited on that end for sure. And then offensively, playing with another super elite guard, super elite forward, and Julius. You got Nas who can shoot it very well. Got a lot of great players, and they send it to it, and I'm able to, use my speed, play off closeouts, get downhill, make open shots, and I think that's going to translate great.
Ayo, do you guys had so many guards in Chicago, it was most of your roster, it seemed like some nights. Are you comfortable playing kind of a positionless guard, point, wing at the same time? Does it matter to you how you attack? Do you have to have a point guard with you to be good or play the point some? How do you feel philosophically? Because you guys did a lot of different interesting sets with guards in Chicago.
For sure. That's a great question. And I think I'm prepared for anything, And nowadays, today's basketball, you see it's very positionless. You pretty much put the best players out there, and I think I can adapt to any situation. Coming out of college, I play on the ball a lot. My last season in college, I actually won the Bob Cousy Award. So the playmaking ability is there. Then, of course, I came to the NBA, and we had a different situation I had to adapt to be able to get on the court and compete, and I did that. And then my sophomore year in the NBA, I played on the ball. Then my fourth year, I played out the ball. So pretty much I can adapt and do both, do whatever it takes to help the team win. That's what I take pride in, just being a player out there where you can trust me to make plays, make decisions, and also play off of closeouts, whatever it takes to be effective on that end of the court.
Julian, I just wanted to ask you about maybe some of your conversations you've had with the coaching staff. I know you haven't been here long, but the coaching staff at the front office, just kind of about what they see in you and what this opportunity could look like for you. What have those conversations kind of been like?
Yeah, I haven't got a chance to speak with everyone, but from the brief conversations that I have, they kind of just gave me the rundown of what they do and what their schemes look like, both on offense and defense. And they know my game. They've watched, what I'm able to do. So, just telling me that I'm able to fit in, and it's not something that you got to think too hard on. It's not too complicated to try to fit in and do. Talked about how the guys were, very open with helping everybody, especially new guys, to adapt into everything. So all the conversations with them went really well.
They had some communication with you at the draft, right?
Mm-hmm.
You had a pick around there with them. Do you have connections kind of from then too? Do you remember? I don't know if you came here for a workout, but did you meet Tim in the front office at all?
I interviewed with them.
Okay.
Yeah, I did. I interviewed with them, and it went really good. Draft night came. It was kind of back and forth. Maybe I could have came here, couldn't have. Ended up not, but definitely happy to be here now.
Ayo and Julian, we've spent a lot of time talking about your fit on the basketball court, but for Wolves fans, what's maybe one or two things outside of basketball that they should know about you? Ayo, if we could start with you.
One thing I would say is I like to, the main thing I would say in the summertime, I like to give back to the community. I was mostly in Chicago a lot, but, hopefully if I'm here, long term, that's one thing that I take pride in, not just the basketball court, but actually being able to invest in the community, help the community in any way I can. And I think that'd be something that I would be excited about doing because I really don't know too much about the community. So actually educating myself to learn about the community and then find ways where I can, pour into the community. That's something I take pride in. And besides that, I just love the game of basketball. Watch it all the time. NBA app, just watching different games. So those two things for me.
Yeah, off the court, I'm a real relaxed guy. I do things in the community as well, kind of similar to him back home in South Carolina. I spend most of my time kind of watching basketball too, listening to music. I like going outside, things like that. So just excited kind of to see and get acclimated to Minneapolis.
Ayo, you mentioned being around guys that might help elevate your game and take it to another level as well. But what about playing for a team that has title aspirations and the intensity of playing on a team that is likely going to be in the playoffs and try to make a deep playoff run? How does that elevate your intensity as well to be in a situation like that now for you?
Definitely. If I had to say the first thing that came to my mind when the trade went down, that was probably the first thing that I had to sit and process, and I was very excited about. You can't take it for granted. The Western Conference is a hell of a conference, but like you stated, the aspirations are there, and that was one of the things that when I talked to Tim, we talked about those aspirations and taking that next step. And as a competitor, it's nothing more you can ask for to put yourself in a position to be able to play meaningful basketball. I haven't played it since my rookie year, so actually I came into the NBA spoiled, made the playoffs, and then have not been back since. So definitely that's always been a goal of mine. That's a goal that I wrote down before the season started. That by the grace of God, I'll be playing the playoff this year. So God had His plans for me. Now I'm here, so I'm excited, and I'm just excited to work.